Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good tomorrow. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome for the first time. Just a quick reminder that I always love a new subscriber. I'm very close to 100 subscribers now, so be part of the journey if you like this kind of content. I also do Sudoku content as well. Today, I am solving a cryptic by a new setter for me, BenDR. I solved one of his puzzles a few days ago, and it was top quality. When you come up against a new setter, you never know if it's going to be good or if you're going to understand their style. But this was really top-notch stuff, and it was difficult without being monstrous, and there was a lot of satisfying word plays. So this is another of his, and I gather he publishes virtually one a week. I don't know if they get published anywhere in a publication or if it's just on his website. There are some other things, I think, and I think there's another setter that he collaborates with as well. This one called Puzzle Piece. So all of these puzzles are named and have some sort of theme going on, which is something I like. All of the ones that I built back in the day were of that nature. And I came across this because it turns out that my new manager, her father, is this setter, and he's a real cryptic nut. So I'm wanting to expand my crossword content on the channel. For a long time now, I've been doing only basically the LRs and the DAs. In the early days, I was doing the big issue ones as well, and the Nation, and a few other novelty puzzles. I've got to get back onto that train, and Ben will now be in that mix as well. So I'll put a link to this in the description. I do recommend these puzzles. You can be assured that it's going to be, sometimes when you solve a new setter and there's just some really dodgy cluing, and you start to think, why continue, because I'm never going to be able to work my way around these. That will not be the case with this. So one across, emergency apps got developed. So developing as in rearranging the letters of apps got, I believe, for a 7-letter word for emergency. Which is stopgap, which is nice. It's slightly misdirecting. You don't think of emergency and stopgap synonymously off the top of your head. It's kind of like an adjective noun misdirection, I guess. So one down. Make sure. Actually, bear with me. Yeah, I was just realizing you can see that properly and I couldn't, so my screen was being obscured. Actually, I think I can just do this. Just bear with me. It's better. So 1, C19 down. Okay, well, I'll C19, so we'll come back to that. 2 down. 2 dower, to dance in nature. Looks like another anagram, actually. 2 dower being dancing around in nature, outdoor. Okay, very nice. I don't know if I mentioned it in the intro that the level of difficulty was, in the first one, it started off fairly smoothly and then seemed to get more difficult as I went along, but in a very satisfying way. But we've had a pretty good start to this one. 9 across. Protocol let socialists back imprisonment of Abbott colleague. Also, the puzzle piece title for this will be something thematic. I don't know how obvious it will be. The previous one was, well, I won't give anything away, but it was fairly obvious like once you got into the puzzle what the theme was, but it wasn't an easy one to wrangle. I don't know if we'll need to wrangle anything here or if it's just there for as a bit of an Easter egg. So protocol lets socialists back imprisonment of Abbott colleague. Right, well, I wonder if one of Abbott's colleagues is the Australian politician reference. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, and the ordering of words seems to suggest that that colleague is going to go inside of something. Socialists could be described as reds, maybe. I'm not sure. Communists are normally... actually, what about... There we go. This is Costello, Costello, going backwards inside of this expression, backwards there, and imprisonment, saying that it's imprisoned within that. And Abbott colleague was indeed... Oh, well, I suppose in both senses of the word, Abbott and Costello, and I always found it humorous that you had Tony Abbott and Peter Costello as major figures in the Australian Conservative Party. So very nice. Let's see, 11 across. Get back after smashing core up. Well, this is another anagram, which is recoup. Just smashing up core up to get back. So a bit of a flurry of anagrams. 3 down. Overtaking a lap ago. Senna held ground. GLP. Looks like galloping. And it's got a bunch of... so is this... Yeah. Well, no. That's not quite right, but... Well, let me just put in... well, I thought Gallop had 2 L's, so it would be an unusual spelling if I'm thinking... If it is galloping, or unusual for me anyway. I'm going to leave that for a second. Let's have to think about this. Overtaking a lap ago. Senna. What is Senna? I can only think of Ayrton Senna, and that's not going to work. In any case, galloping, I suppose galloping I was thinking was overtaking. And might wait till I've got some more letters for that. Let's try 8 across, this little dinky one in the middle here, which is going to give us, that refers to 16. Oh, now I'm just seeing what that's highlighted. That's an unusual construction. Right, so the first word here, 433, the 4 is spread over 2 entries. You occasionally see that. But it's pretty unusual. 16, 17, 8, and 17. So we're starting here, going to there, going up to there, going down to there. So note pith, let me just get that in place up here. Note pith ensemble, it's off to work for the archaeologist. 11 letters. Not sure. Note pith could be an anagram with ensemble being the indicator, and then it's off as another anagram. But I think there's probably one to get some more letters for. So yeah, let's try 4 down. King of 22, old mysterious. Yeah, one thing about this setter as well, I gather from the first puzzle I did, is that I think he's a bit of a genius and has an enormous amount of historical and cultural and literature knowledge. So there's going to be lots of kind of curious references like this. Also, there's a lot of inter-referencing between clues here. So we're going to have to just kind of keep forging forward. Traveling Andes in car. Well, that's a straightforward anagram, sedan. It was the case in the first one as well. There seemed to be a good number of anagrams, which are typically easier to solve. But it was useful because the remaining clues were fairly difficult, especially given the theme that was involved, which did involve needing to know some historical figures. Court successfully removing rogue leader, unusually recused. Not really sure. Obviously we seem to be getting rid of the letter R from something. Oh, well, I suppose from an anagram of recused, unusually recused. So we take off the R, we get ECused, and then we will get the definition of caught successfully, or just caught. So this is seduce. So that is to successfully court somebody. Very nice. 6 down. Written backwards, Da Vinci tome discreetly conceals type of 28 on the 19, 1 down. Well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of interconnection here. I'm just wondering, there's enough that I can go on, that I can just keep looking for the single clues. Impact from, for example, a foolish U-turn. Impact could be damage, but a foolish U-turn. Foolish could be an anagram indicator, but we have a D to contend with here. For example, it could be joining words, but it could be EG, or, well, actually I did think damage, and that does have EG at the end. Yeah, there we go, actually, so it is. For example is EG, A is A, and foolish is mad. And if you put all that backwards, you get EG, AM, AD backwards, for damage being impact. Cool. 7 down. Understanding origins of good night in sex, CG. I guess this is going to be cognition, but let's see. Understanding being cognition. We've got a bunch of good letters there. I think good night might be GN. In sex. Well. Yeah, well, origins of good night is GN, and then I'm thinking coit. Well, quotient, coition, right? That's not. I'm thinking of coitus. Understanding really, it must be something to do with cognition, right? Cognizant is too long. I think it's got double S. A word for sex starting with CO. You'd have the IT naturally enough. I don't know if there's a verb like that. I don't think so. I think I'm going to go with cognition, but I'm not quite sure. 12 across. Genius from 1 down. I still don't know 1 down from his country of birth. So that's going to be tricky to solve at this point. So let's move right along. There's another one. I'm just going to go through them one by one, looking for ones that don't have references all over the shop. And we'll come back around. Errors in translation of French included changes with come first, perhaps, which come first perhaps. So of French, commonly de or du or de, or in theory de la. Included, so maybe changes which come first perhaps. It's very verbose. Hard to know how to pick that apart. It feels as if a lot of the words are kind of either joiner words or just phrasal things where that whole thing has a synonym or something like that. So it's a tricky one as well to crack into the puzzle with. So let's again look for some low-hanging fruit. 25. Edward bound by elderly wanting too much. Well, Edward could be ED inside of, it could be Ted actually, inside of elderly, which could be old. I don't think that works though. Wanting too much. Greedy. All right, so grey. Grey is old, surrounding ED for Edward. Cool. We have some progress. Still don't. Maybe I should. Oh no, 27 is part of that long one, which was looking tricky, especially since I don't know if that I is correct. So let's just move along. Actually, let's continue through the list here. So 29 across. Noah's vessel contained 2 rabbits, initially painting perhaps. So ark containing 2 rabbits, initially, maybe that's 2 R's, painting perhaps. Well, artwork is going to be the answer. Ark going around 2 and then rabbits initially, so the R. 24 looks promising, and although we have reference to other clues here, we might be able to get it with a K. All this to me is a mystery. I wonder if that's Greek, as one type of 28 on the 19, one down. So 28 don't know, 19 don't know, and 1 down don't know. So it's all Greek to me means it's mysterious. So that's conceivable. If 23 gives us a G, then we're probably on the right track. Waste seconds changing into good protection. I'm not sure what to do with that. Wasting seconds could be to take the second letters out of, or take the letter S as the abbreviation for seconds out of something, but I don't see where we're doing that. It could be an anagram indicator for seconds, but that would need to remove some letters as well and wouldn't have a G. I'm hoping for the G. I feel like that's the definition, and then we're going seconds changing, so the second letters are changing in something here. Good can be abbreviated to G, so that could get us the G, but doesn't seem to be placed correctly. So let's move right along. This 20 down has an O at the end, which can be helpful. Non-fire turned into big fire. I thought for a second that was bonfire and it was not going to line up with O, but it's not. It's inferno. The anagram of non-fire. It gives us an F here. What's this? Something refuge or something? Should check out that G, because I'm trying to think if I've got my. That means waste, doesn't it? It's not refuge. It's a refuse. Yeah. So refuse is waste. So seconds changing into good protection. Oh no, this is refuge. This is nice. Right, I should have picked this up, although it takes a bit of thinking to get the right synonyms, but waste is refuse. But then the S in refuse, which is to say that the abbreviation for seconds, is changing into a G, which is the abbreviation of good, to give a word for protection, which is refuge. Sorry, the old throat. And this is a G, so I'm backing myself on Greek. 26, did we look at that? No, I don't think so. Possible explanations of sortie he organized. This is theories, an anagram of sortie he. I keep forgetting to pay attention to surface reading just for the fun of it. I did pay more attention on the first puzzle and was pleased that surface reading is something that BenDR cares about. 19 and 1. So this is the one that I didn't look at the start. So start to see, on translation, a key piece of puzzle. Interesting, with an A on the end of the first word. If the definition's at the end, then start to see could just be an S. Although it's 12 letters and we have 12 letters there. So if that's being translated, we get a P. That's probably what it is. So rearranging that to get this SOETA, we've got all those letters, right? So now it's hard doing these without a pen and paper, but so SOETA, so STA are gone, O and E as well, leaves set RT, I think. No, there must be another letter. Can I do multiple sections? No. SOETA, so STAOE leaves SETTR. Oh, and the ON, sorry. So Settron. So this feels like stone or store. Probably stone. Feels like something you'd have as part of a puzzle. Settron, so we're left with SETOR. Sorry. Yeah, that's right. SETOR. Just going to put them in. Probably S something. OT. Can I rearrange that? Oh yeah, Rosetta Stone. Yeah. Very nice. Okay. Now I think there's a T in that 27, but let's keep going here. If we get this one, we're in good shape. Country, type, poor, eating, gram. This is Egypt. Anagram of type. So because it's being poorly spelled, eating or having inside the abbreviation of gram for G, giving country Egypt. So this is now a P. That whole clue was something about an archaeologist. That could be a pit. Well, it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be among the vowels. So pat, pit, pet, pot, pot, put. I think all of them are words. So we've got P and T. So there is the potential for anagrammage, especially because. Oh, actually, I thought this was 8 letters plus 3 letters, but actually it's only 10 letters. Anyway, it's off to work. Yeah, into the pit or something. Oh, that can't be well, it could be a T, but it's unlikely to be a T. Let's have a look at that 4 down again. Oh, well, actually, it well could be a T because this might be, I don't know if that's the spelling, Ptolemy. 22 ol. Yeah, so this is a that's the Olemy. Why is 22 PT? Oh, because that's 20. That's the clue 22. Which, where is 22? Egypt. That, yeah. So that does it. That's a curious way of doing a hidden. So you've got to imagine this has the word Egypt here, and then you do a hidden. So you get the PT from the end, then the OLE, and then the MY. Actually, that was my initial thought when I saw Olemy, because why would we be getting rid of all of this? But yeah, that's cool. So there is Ptolemy. So there is the, and I'm guessing. Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about Ptolemy. It feels like it might be that this is a self-referential thing, where Ptolemy was a king of Egypt, but I couldn't speculate. I think this is into the pit. Oh well, actually, it's looking more and more like that now that I consider that, because where is it? We've got basically all the words, so all the letters. So INTO, THE, P, R, and then just IT without the S. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if ensemble is not really acting as an indicator. It's just... Oh no, okay, so it is... Oh right, yeah, off is part of the definition. Off to work for the archaeologist. So it is just on its own after the ensemble of those letters. Okay, so very nice. INTO. I like the way that this is designed to skip around the grid like that. I'm always disappointed that most crossword tools I've seen don't do that. This one, from what I gather from the website, has been designed by Ben himself. So kudos to Ben for both the crossword and the software. 12, genius with one stone down from his country of birth. I've got the word ingenue in mind, which I think is a word for genius, but the spelling wouldn't be right. Genius could be Einstein, because we're looking at those letters with one down. Oh, with one stone. So what if there's an abbreviation for stone, and this gives a country? So Einstein with an additional letter, but is that going to give a country name? Presumably it would end in an N. Einstein's country of birth, I feel, was an unexpected place. I don't know, I mean, yeah, we'll see, but I think that's something to do with what's happening. So 18, these make the 19 one down special, as scorn 1627 is lost. Good grief. So the 19 and the one down, that was the Rosetta Stone. So these make the Rosetta Stone special. I think one down is part of that reference. So these make the 19 one down, these make the Rosetta Stone special, as scorn 1627 is lost. So 16 is in, 27 is pit. As scorn in pit is lost. I'm on the wrong thing here. So yeah, that's going to make some sense then. So as scorn is pit is 11 letters. No, sorry, yeah, that's No, that is 12 letters, sorry. So an anagram of Ascorn is pit. And it's a single word. I think that's going to be ONS. Let me just try to put the letters in here so I can picture them in my mind. So ASSCORNISPIT. So looks like scriptions is going to be involved. Oh no, yeah. So SC. Swap them around. So what was that one? And then we've got AS, and then swap these around. IP. Is it ascriptions? I don't know that word, but it seems plausible. It's I mean, there's a bit of a stab in the dark, but scription seems very likely. I don't know if it's sascriptions, maybe. Let's try 18 down. In fact, that's what I think I was initially wanting to look at. Is Rabban Leader 1 and the spy Cohen. I'm forgetting the A for a second because that can be misguiding. Is Rabban Leader 1 and the spy Cohen. I don't know if we need to know something about this person. Or this person indeed. Well, I'm just going to leave that ascriptions in for now. Well, this here, I thought was going to be an ing word, or and I don't think it can be because I'm pretty sure this is an anagram, even if it's not ascriptions. So overtake, well, what if... well, the first thing I thought was this actually looks... well, it is. But it would be interesting to see how this actually works. Galapagos. What's the spelling? Is that... or Galapagos? I think that's correct. Because we have the anagram, and there's no way that's a fluke. Overtaking being the anagram indicator, but what I'm wondering about is... oh no, sorry, it's not an anagram. It's a hidden. It's a 5-word hidden. Wow, I'm always commenting on Liam Runnell's 4-word hiddens, but 5 is taking it to the next level. Galapagos, and that's being held in here. And then ground for Galapagos. That's what confuses me. I wouldn't have figured they were synonymous, but... also, it confirms the spelling, Galapagos. Right, actually that does make sense now that I think about it. Yeah, curious about what that connection between ground and Galapagos is. But 13 is looking promising now, despite its reference to 17 other clues. We might actually have some of them now. 28, 19, and 1. So 28 we don't have. Actually, have we looked at 28? We haven't. I will do that now because we know 27. Counselor in 27's unfortunate written language. So 27 is just the word pit, which may be literally put in the final answer here. So, and then a word for counselor inside pit. That could be the abbreviation CR, I think. CRIN. Yeah, this is Unfortunate written language. Oh, it's only 6 letters. I thought it was 7, so that's... Also, what's unfortunate? Is that part of the definition, or is it... Oh, maybe it's an anagram indicator for pit. Oh, this almost makes me want to think... It's not this, but there's a cool word. I think it's spelled like that, yclept, which is... I think it means name. That came up in a nation cryptic. Those guys are good for new vocab. But if there's an anagram of pit with counsellor inside of it, what's that going to be, meaning a written language? It would have to be an I at the start, wouldn't it? And then that's what made me think of yclept. I mean, maybe yclept can be spelt 2 ways. That would be wild. C for counsellor, but anyway, yclept doesn't mean written language, I don't think. Oh, we'll just script. Yeah, okay. So what's going on here? We've got counsellor. Oh, so it's all in order. So script is, so counsellor is CR. Unfortunate pit is the pit. Where's the, cunning. So we need to include that S as part of the, anagram, I think. So yeah, so the counsellor is inside of an anagram of pits for script. That would have been not so hard if I just made the leap initially from written language to script. That's curious with an I on the end. What was the reference there? Anytime there's an I, you start to worry because it's going to be some person's name or some scientific compound, or is Rabin leader and the spy Cohen. That might need a name. There might be a few at the end that I can't solve. 13. Higher policy reform for one type of 28 on the 19 down. So 28 now we know is script. We've got G and R and Y, which are, yeah, so we've got an anagram here. One type of script on the Rosetta Stone. Oh, right, okay. Oh, so it's something like, this is going to be a glyph of some sort, I guess. I guess hieroglyphic. I have no idea how to spell that. We've got glyphic. L-I-P-H-I-C. So this will be the O. This will be H. What vowels we have left? E and I. So I think it's that. Hieroglyphic. Very nice. And so the theme that's emerging is the Rosetta Stone is this puzzle, and we're talking about various bits and pieces about that. 14. Although I always feel awkward with these like highbrow themes, because I might be able to vaguely like point in the direction of it, but there's probably something way more specific that's going on. So 14 down, some taken in by one trick, mostly not involving movement. Yeah, so trick mostly is going to be TRIC, I think. Not involving movement, I think, is going to be the definition. Some taken in by one trick. So isometric. So some taken inside of one I, trick mostly, isometric, not involving movement. 21. And again, I've been forgetting to really pay attention to surface read, so my apologies. Errors in translation of French included changes which come first, perhaps. That's the way to get the surface. It's just to read it like a normal thing and then read it again with your cryptic brain. Errors in translation. So the DE might come at the start. Yeah, and that seems likely because errors in translation, you can imagine starting with dirt something. So French of is de included changes which come first, perhaps. No, that remains unsolvable for me at this point. Written backwards, Da Vinci tome discreetly conceals type of script on the Da Vinci Code. So another, so this, I feel like there's a word dometic or something. That's a bit of a guess, but let's just see. Da Vinci tome. Actually, let's not see because it's going to get confusing. Wow, conceals. So we've got a hidden maybe with this all written backwards. Yeah. Oh, demotic. Okay. So I was almost there. Oops, demotic. Going backwards inside of that. Very cool. 12 across. So we really are finishing up here. It might be that bottom left corner that stumps me. Wow. That has to be something to do with Einstein, doesn't it? Oh, well, is it just Einstein? Oh, for some reason I thought Einstein didn't fit, that it was one letter too short. So genius is Einstein, with one, which I think is the I. No, sorry, one down. A stone. One from stone is the letters O-N-E taken out of stone to give S-T. From, yeah, okay, so one is ein. No, yeah, I'm confused now, actually, sorry. I think it must be that one stone in German is ein Stein, one stone. Yeah, but I always thought that Einstein wasn't born in Germany. Or maybe... Anyway, let's see, 15 down. I never looked at this. So we could probably guess this from the letters. Hypertext. Well, we've got hex at the beginning, so yeah, this is hypertext. And we have links to other pieces, which is hypertext. So hex, pretty weird, so anagram of that. And that's going to be, is that everything though? 9, it is. Oh, so in written language with links to other pieces. That's a very long-winded definition. Yeah, because that's all the fodder you need there for the anagram. So now, well, I don't know about these descriptions, but it feels like it would be a word. If we back ourselves, we're going to need to know something that we don't know, I think, about this. And the spy Cohen. No, I'm probably going to have to pass on that unless I can solve this one, which I think at last glance was also out of my reach. Errors in translation. This one should be solvable because there's no weirdnesses going on. It's just a normal clue. Of French included makes me feel it's inside, which could be there. Oh no, but it's not included inside of something. it's itself including things. And it does feel like this would be more likely to be the definition. No, I think I might abandon ship. I might reveal this one, because this one definitely is unsolvable, I think, for me. So reveal this as, oh, okay, this was not ascriptions. That's a bit of a surprise. And if I just, if I'd left that as is, that A would have to then go down here somewhere, well, there, I guess. And that's not going to be right. So we'll probably have to reveal that one as well. But let's have a look at the wordplay here. 18 down. So is for is probably. Rab and leader is the R. 1 is the letter A. And Eli is Eli a spy? And then is Cohen is, well, Cohen is a Jewish surname. So maybe Eli is the spy. So yeah, a bit lost on that. Let's reveal this one as well. Oh, inscriptions. So that's either I've muddled up the anagram or there's something else going on. Maybe I included this as, but actually it was scorn with pit and something in. So scorn pit in is. Yeah, that's I've treated that as the anagram fodder and said all of that is lost, but actually it's all of that with the is being lost, and the as is just a filler word or a joiner word. So then yeah, I would like to solve this, but I'm running out of time. Yeah, let's cut our losses and finally reveal reorders. Well, I don't know if I would have solved that, because yeah, so we have errors being rearranged outside of de, being French of. Then changes which come first, perhaps, is reorders. Not sure why that's the definition. A reorder is a change that comes first. Don't know. That's a curious one. So comments to explain that and any other historical errors that I might have made. Let's actually reveal all to make sure there isn't any other issues. No. So, oh, hang on, confirm that and then see. Yeah. Is that? Yeah, it's all good. So there we go. As promised, a delightful cryptic, very approachable but not trivial, and testing our historical knowledge a bit and teaching us a few things. Yeah, I'm imagining that this video might find its way back to Ben. So thanks, Ben, for creating the puzzle, and yeah, feel free to educate me on any kind of shortcomings in my knowledge there. And thanks to everyone else for checking this out. I will be back soon with another video, and I don't know what that'll be, a cryptic or Sudoku. I've got 2 to put up, this one and a Sudoku today, and who knows what's next. But thanks again, and I'll see you all soon.